All right, we're here to talk Polish Festival. It seems like summertime, and I'm not saying the wife's Polish, so I'm not trying to get like brownie points. I'm a Slovak and Slovenian. But it seems like when we have Italian festivals, they're usually in a warm weather.
Sure.
Now, this is not crazy cool weather, but it's cooler than it is in the summer. And we have the 2018 Polish Festival at the Shrine Church of St. Stanislaus coming this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, of course, the food is what you would expect. The zarnina, the duck soup. We got klobasi. We got kurzek, the baked chicken, goulash with spatzels. We go on and on. Pierogi, of course. Sean Barczyk's with us. Sean, did I say your last name correctly? Barczyk, yeah. Sean, question for you.
Yes.
This is true that once the weekend ends, everybody takes a deep breath, and the women of the parish start making the pierogi again for next year.
Absolutely, because it's a long, tireless process.
It is a long, tireless process. And I've got to ask you, I mean, they're all handmade.
Sure, yes.
Each and every one individually. But I have to ask you this. Are you a Slavic Village guy?
My dad grew up on East 50th. And he graduated from St. Stan's in '64 in Maple Heights. That's where I'm originally from.
Okay, we're about on East 50th.
Close to Fleet, he told me.
Okay,
yeah,
because I was East 53rd.
Okay.
And then as you go south on 53rd, there's Blanche,
Sure.
and then you have the gravel pits.
Correct.
You're always told a little kid, don't go in there because the gravel will suck you up and then we'll never find you. which is probably a coin flip on that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So we never went on the other side. But here's what I think is cool. And you mentioned that you went out to Maple Heights then. And I see it whether we're in North Hill and Akron or some of the neighborhoods in Youngstown.
Sure.
We always go back to our roots, don't we?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it's very, very cool. So is your dad still around?
Yes, he is. He'll be at the festival selling raffle tickets, so he's excited to be there as always.
Well, I can't wait to meet him. And now there's a rumor out that if people want to meet you, Sean Barczyk, they can find you in the bar, right?
That's right. I'll be serving Citranuka all weekend long and every other libation that's in the house.
So if you're tending bar all weekend, will you get to enjoy, though, too?
I do a little bit. I'll walk away for a little bit and take a break and, grab a sandwich or go get some gwumki or whatever I can and then go back.
Do you know what I'm a big fan of? The Miseria, cucumber and sour cream.
Oh, that's very good.
I just love that. We're talking about the St. Stan's Polish Festival this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Shrine Church of St. Stanislaus in Brentford, in the Munch and Ohio sports listening area. You have to remember something. You're like, oh, man, I'm down in Mansfield. It's about an hour drive down. People are driving from Buffalo.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
People are driving from Pittsburgh. People are driving from Detroit, from Lansing, okay?
Yes.
From hotbeds on down the line. And everything you can want. Now let's talk a second too about the spirits, because we've got and I call it Polish lemonade.
Sure, that's what it's like.
The Citranuka, and it is 190 proof, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I want people to think about that, okay? That if you have stains on your clothes, you can rub it in there and you take it, but you don't want to waste it.
No, absolutely not.
And if you do have the bar is cash, but credit cards are accepted for food.
Correct. That is correct.
And it's all down in the. And you know what else too? When you go in the St. Stan's Social Center, is that is a legendary building. In fact, to this day, the Iron Men of Cleveland Central Catholic play basketball still, and we'll be taking over their court for polkas and for games of chance and things like that. Wait a minute. Games of chance? You mean gambling?
Well, not. I mean, it's a little bit of gambling and games of chance, but
Nick Camino to the studio, please. Nick Camino to the studio. Nick likes to place a wager. But the bottom line is, Sean, this is important because it fuels programs, it fuels great things that go on in the parish all year long.
Absolutely, and it makes a lot of people come down and. For anybody, you never know who's going to be there. I've even seen Coach Keith Damber out there a few times.
Keith has come down.
Yes,
well, you know
he
what?
has.
But they're not playing yet.
And that's exactly.
Pittsburgh's not that far. He's coaching, of course, at Duquesne. But you agree with you because people from all over the Midwest will come out to the festival.
Yes, absolutely.
What are the hours of it, my friend?
Okay, the hours. It's dinner served on Friday, 5 to 9, and dinner served 4 to 9 on Saturday, and it's 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday.
So before the Browns game, you want to do something different? Go and have dinner, lunch, whatever you want to call it, before you go down to the game, if you're not a big tailgater. And I can guarantee you this. If it gets cold on Sunday, a couple shots of Citranuka, you're not going to feel anything, okay?
Absolutely.
You'll be able to cheer for the Browns, but you'll take it from there. We have polkas. We have so many other things going on.
Yeah, they have polka. They have a guy coming in there this year who's going to have ice cream, and he's also going to have some coffee, which is something different. It's totally different than what they normally have had. And again, it's the dancing is going to go till 10:30 on Friday, 11 on Saturday, and it'll be till 6 on Sunday. So there's plenty to do. Bring the kids out. It's a good time for everybody. They have. And again, you just never know who you're going to see down there, and dignitaries even.
Well, I agree. Like our councilman, Tony Brancatelli, right?
Yeah, and the bishop was down there last year.
Oh, really?
Yes, he came down, so you just never know who you're going to see.
You know what? And I know you know who he is, and I don't know if he can make the trip because he's been out and about with the Franciscans, but I wonder if Father Mike could make it by.
He might come back. You just never know because he was there, I think, 2-3 years ago. He was back, so it just, and again, there's tours of the church, and there's, like I said, there's a lot to do. Mass, of course, you can go to on Saturday or Sunday. Friday, there's no mass, but there's still a lot. You can take a tour of that church and the Shrine Church. Those pillars.
It's special.
It's very special.
It's special. And, and here's how much of a neighborhood it is, friend. And again, all the great areas we broadcast to have similar things, and it's just something special. But Father Eric, who is the pastor down at St. Stan's, his family had a tavern for years in the neighborhood.
Correct.
And he's gone from, his family's gone from serving drinks to saving souls. Maybe that's why it happened.
He's really an excellent, I love talking to Father Eric. He's a great guy. He talks to my dad a lot, so he's a great guy. He really is.
As good as they get. Now, again, you know what? There is no admission to come in. If you want to just come in and polka. You want to come in, try the games a chance. Of course, you'll have to pay for those. You want a bite to eat, you go down in the basement, you have that. You just want to get the ambiance. Sean, one thing somebody texted me earlier, said they've always, because it's so crowded, always have had trouble parking. And I know they see Cleveland Central Catholic was going to clear out a couple of lots there.
Correct.
Have they been cleared out yet?
Last year I knew there was another lot that was cleared.
Right.
So, that was one thing they were trying to do. And hopefully we'll see tomorrow or on Fridays. I'm going to drive down there as well. And hopefully we'll see if that, a few more
text
lots.
me or shoot me a note, and I'll make sure I get it out of the air to let people know.
Absolutely.
Now, you are trying to fatten up Beebs and I, okay, which is not a bad thing. Because you brought us some ice cream from Country Parlour Ice Cream Company. And Beebs, you know where that is? In North Royalton.
My old stomping grounds.
Yes, indeed. What'd you bring us, man?
Well, I brought you some chocolate blackout. I brought you, some Lake Erie salt mine, which is sea salt caramel and with roasted and salted pecans. It's unbelievable.
And this is your specialty. This is your company, Country Parlour Ice Cream Company. It is not retail, right?
Correct.
Do people could ordinary folks still come in and get a wholesale for you if they're having a big party?
They give a call. We can get something arranged, or you can go to a couple of the places that we distribute with, and one of those being Chagrin Falls Popcorn Shop in Chagrin Falls.
Oh, Dewey Forward buys it from you?
Yes, he does.
Wait a minute. When I go down there and when I'm eating custard, I'm eating ice cream cone, I'm getting Country Parlour?
That's correct. That's correct.
How long has this been around?
They've been around since 1988.
Okay.
So it's
have you noticed lately, though, too, is that people are into more and more, like, buying local, whether it's produce, whether it's ice cream, whether it's chicken, whether it's meat. Has that helped the business?
Oh, absolutely. Buying local is huge because people, that's what they want. First thing they ask you is, the cow's local? Sure. We're in Cowgan County. They're local.
But it's produced local, too, though.
Absolutely.
Because,
there's cows everywhere, so it's, and you go through dairies, and that's the key. And, and again, people want to know, hey, where are these chocolates from? Where's, this from? Where's that from? And we tell them, it's local.
Are you in there daily doing your thing?
I'm actually a driver, but I do go and get to see the ice cream being made, and it's unbelievable to watch it.
I'm looking at Irish Stout, Kentucky Bourbon. Hey, you got to go with the times.
Absolutely. And the salted caramels, anything with sea salt in them right now is huge.
Wow.
Sea salt. So.
Got to ask you this, Sean. And of course, Sean Bartek's with us talking about the Polish Fest at St. Stanislaus this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That is in the Slavic Village area of Cleveland. If you're on 77, get off on Fleet.
That's right.
And head east and bang. You're not going to. If you're downtown, just go down Broadway, and you will smell it. You'll smell the kielbasa. You'll smell the pierogi and everything else. Big Cleveland sports fan?
Yes, I am. Yes, huge.
Your thoughts of the Browns? Why did the Browns lose Sunday?
They stopped running the ball.
You would have just kept pounding it.
Yes, Chubb was doing so.
You would have
great.
given Chubb more carries?
Absolutely, because those 2 touchdowns. I was at the Ukrainian social club I belong to, and we were going nuts.
So you're doing it all up Eastern European, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a great social club, Club Odessa in Parma. It's a great time, and we were watching the game, and I was stunned when that. But again, those fumbles, I don't blame Baker Mayfield. It happens. it's a learning curve for him too.
You have no problem saying that he's our starting quarterback.
Yes, I
He's
do.
the future.
Yes, I do.
See, dude, that's so cool to hear because I feel he is too. And you know what? There would be no reason, it would be counterproductive to go the other direction and get him out there. You excited for the Indians?
I am. I would like to see a big playoff win against the Astros the whole series and see what we can do to get to the ALCS and beyond.
Yeah, I'm already looking at the World Series, but I know you got to take a couple steps at a time.
Sure.
And what about Cavaliers for you?
Well, last night I watched some of the game, and I'm excited. You never know what can happen.
So preseason, we're locked in watching Cavaliers.
Well, you have to because you just don't know with this team what's going to happen. Even though there's no LeBron anymore, you got to look to see, hey, what's Larry Nance Jr. going to do this year? Because he didn't get much last year. He really didn't. And to see some of these guys and see what they're going to do, it's just amazing.
They showed flashes. Clarkson had a real good. He played for the Philippines in the summer, like the World Games, like Pan Am Games kind of
Asia
thing.
Games.
Yeah, Asia, and then of course Chetty was playing for Turkey.
Sure.
The big man Zizic, they're confident that he can play too and get it done. Sean, two things. Number one, again, the hours for the Polish Fest at St. Stan's this weekend.
6:30 to 10 on Friday. 4 to 9 on Saturday, 11 to 5, and that's the dinner. And again, it goes beyond that for dancing and stuff till 10:30 and 11 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, and 6 o'clock on Sunday.
And if people want to get a hold of Country Parlour Ice Cream Company, how can they do that?
You can do that at 440-237-4040 or countryparlouricecream.com.
That's pretty easy.
Absolutely.
And if Dewey's Popcorn Shop in Chagrin Falls has it,
absolutely,
then it's going to be top of the line.
Absolutely.
Bro, I can't thank you for taking the time to come down. Hawk Dis, of course, that's the neighborhood of my birth.
Oh, thank you.
And the neighborhood of a few other things I don't want to talk about, okay? I know the statute of limitations has run out. I mean, it was a different time and age.
It was a different time for
We had a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And we're still having fun.
Absolutely. The good old days are always here.
Amen, bro. These are the good old days.
That's right.
Sean Barczyk talking about the St. Stan's Polish Fest.